because Gary has told us that in this disruptive industry that we're in right now, there's one thing that we can do to disrupt the disruptors, and that's build a foundation of great relationships with a closely held met database. And that's what we're teaching you to do, Sean.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have got an outstanding guest here today, a good friend of the BGA network. We've got Steve Schlueter here that is an outstanding lead generating machine. He is all about referrals, and he's all about building a big, smart business, starting small and escalating it up the right way. Steve, how are you this afternoon?
Hey, doing fantastic, Sean. Thanks for having me.
Well, I'm excited to have you on. I want to be on the mountaintop shouting out how important these basic skill set courses are to all agents. And really, I want to light a fire under some of the agents that are looking for ways to start to grow exponentially. So tell us a little bit about your course, Never Ending Referrals.
You bet. Hey, thank you, Sean. By the way, here's the first thing to know. You can start right now. We've got it on demand, and we've got 2 live webinars that we do each month. We keep you up to date on market of the moment, latest scripts, latest strategies. And yet for somebody that's ready to get started, they can get started today. And yet, let me tell you what it is. And you know, you and I have talked before about entrepreneurial to purposeful, E to P.
Yep.
And, well, some of the things that people don't really understand about that little concept is the often forgotten middle 3 Gary talks about. And it's strategic options, it's models and systems. You know, we all want to be really focused, and we want to bring accountability and go have a big business. Yet Gary taught us, you know, you got to get your options figured out. What's right for you? Some of you have a very small database, and some of you have a large database. And where you start with this journey depends on where you are, and the strategic options are different for everybody. And then we get right into the fundamental models. The options change, the models don't. Yeah. And then we go right into those fundamental models for success with the database that, well, gosh, we're taught, Sean, from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent and from Shift. And then we look at systems, you know, and so what Never Ending Referrals does, it takes you through the strategic options, the models and systems for success with a database, Sean. And so that's where we start. And when we look at getting a target 10% return on someone's database. So that's where we're going from, meaning if you've got 250 in a database, that's 25 transactions we should be realizing, a combination of repeat and referral transactions. So that's where we start. And then we also get into what are the strategies that we're going to take you through, Sean, to grow it by 250 or more over the next 12 months. It's one thing to work what you have, but how do you grow it intentionally?
I love that. I mean, it's really a roadmap then. It's not just a bunch of information thrown down at your feet. It's a roadmap that they're going to be in. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. Because when they leave, when we're done, after they've gone through the 8 sessions of Never Ending Referrals, and by the way, on our on-demand platform, they've got over 100 video segments that take them through, you know, all these tactics, these strategies, the roadmap, as you called it. And the roadmap that they leave with when they're done, Sean, is a GPS. You probably heard that term called a 135, and we call it the GPS. And actually in Never Ending Referrals, it's a 145. And the stated one goal, Sean, is that they get a 10% return on their database, that they grow it by 250 or more. And then we do this, the 4 is the 4 laws. It's the 4 laws of the database. And it's build and organize it. So we take you through all the strategies around building and organizing a database properly. Number 2, it's feed it daily. So what are the ways that I grow it intentionally by that 250 or more to grow my database, to feed it? Number 3, it's communicate systematically. So we'll take you through and say session 6, for example, with the 4 M's, where we get into message, method, mission, and MOFR. MOFR, what's that? Making offer for immediate response. I mean, you know, what are the marketing things you do in your message? And of course, we cover video, social media, you know, all the strategies to make that really work and how you communicate. And then the 4th thing is you got to work it. You know, how do you really now make sure you have the foolproof follow-up systems and everything, Sean, so that those vital nurtures and relationships, things don't slip through the cracks.
Wow. You know, and guys, some of the things that I picked up on there, you actually you're putting some measures involved in this class that somebody is going to work towards. And you're really putting together great goals for somebody to be able to achieve. I mean, that's terrific that somebody can take this course and the expectations are laid out, but it sounds like they're laid out in very measurable and achievable goals. Is that correct?
Well, it really is. In fact, we have a philosophy of never ending referrals, Sean, that it's checkers, not chess. You know, we kind of, it's like simple is the new sexy, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's like rather than make things so damn complicated that people don't do it, is how do we make it so simplistic that you feel compelled to do it? And that's really the heart of our system. In fact, we've got a system called DTD2. If you're taking bold, you've been introduced to it now. It comes from Never Ending Referrals. Stands for doing the database too. It's a simple system, a schedule that you follow, and the whole platform of Never Ending Referrals is built around, you know, this little simple system of doing the database too. And because Gary has told us that in this disruptive industry that we're in right now, there's one thing that we can do to disrupt the disruptors, and that's build a foundation of great relationships with a closely held net database. And that's what we're teaching you to do, Sean.
You know, I love what you're saying, Steve. And you and I have talked before that, you know, it's these tasks that if somebody is watching this and looking for ideas on where to start and how to get their business going, we all know that it's just human nature. A lot of people don't like to do these tasks. These aren't the fun and shiny object tasks. This is what, you know, the hard blocking and tackling, and they need a lot of accountability. They need a lot of instruction, and you really do have to practice it. So this is a great stepping stone to get you on the right path. Steve, love the fact you could join it at any time. Love the fact that it's going to instantly affect your income because you're dealing with income generating activities. Absolutely. And you measure. So everybody, let's make sure that we can reach out to a business growth advisor. Go to the KW Maps coaching website under group coaching, never ending referrals. Be sure to get involved and let's get engaged in our database. Thanks so much, Steve.
You're welcome, Sean. Thanks.